Welcome in, hockey fans. It's not often I get to see a ACHA M2 program here at the West Regional, but for good reason. I've got the head coach from Oregon with me, Riley Orr. Riley, let's start off right there. What's happening next year with your program?
Next year, we're making the jump up to ACHA Division 1. So, yeah, it's been a work in progress, but we're finally making the move, and we're thrilled to be doing it.
Well, you know what we do. We cover the ACHA D1 all the way through the professional ranks in the NHL, so we are thrilled to have you on board and part of our coverage area next year. Tell me about this season. What's it been like with the anticipation and trying to play games and trying to win a national championship at this level?
Yeah, it's been interesting. I mean, kind of like any season goes for any team. There's ups and downs, and it's fighting through adversity and all those good things. But we were able to get some ACHA Division 1 games this year, so having that going into next year for all the guys who are going to be here for that, it's good for them to see kind of the step up, really, that it is in play. So that's exciting to have those guys with a little bit of experience under their belt moving forward. And as far as this year goes, I mean, we're at regionals now, so that's what you kind of play for. Obviously, we would have loved to have the auto bid, but just being here, it's exciting. It's always a little bit of nerves and whatnot because it's a one and done. So you got to hope you're bringing your best for us 3 games in a row.
Yeah, that's always a challenge in ACHA hockey, right? But your thoughts on the games you played against D1 opponents? How did you feel you matched up, and do you now have a better feel for what you need on your roster and things for next year?
Absolutely. Well, for starters, I think we competed pretty well in those games. We started out by going down to Arizona, where we played GCU in Arizona, and it was we went 1-1 that trip, but we were short-staffed. We went there with 14 guys. We rode on a bus for 27 hours, rolled into the rink an hour before the game, and snuck one out against Grand Canyon. So that was good for team morale and everything. But next night wasn't so friendly to us down in Tucson. They gave it to us pretty good, but we hung in there. And again, for having a short bench and missing some of the guys that we were missing, it was, I think the guys were able to see that's a top, 15 team in the nation.
Yeah, number 16 actually right now in the final.
And, we weren't that far off. So obviously they're a high-end team and have a really good program and nothing but respect for them. But I think we were right there, and if we had our full team, I would have loved to see that game. So moving forward, with the recruits we have coming in, making that move in general, it's been easier to recruit.
Yeah.
When you're recruiting for ACHA Division 1 versus Division 2, most of those guys, they want, if they're not getting that NCAA look, they want to play ACHA Division 1, and then you got the brand of Oregon. So it's been a very fruitful recruiting season for us, and we've got a lot of new guys coming in, so it's exciting on that end. Utah road trip, we went 0-2, and that one, game 1 was a battle. We were right there where, again, it was anyone's game. Game 2, a little bit of a lapse, and they took it to us. So, it's a consistency thing at any level. You got to bring it night in, night out. So once you make that step up to Division 1, it's all good opponents. So you got to be bringing it every single night. So we're excited.
Well, speaking of good opponents, you're not done yet. You're going to play 2 against the number 4 team in the country at UNLV. Your thoughts on making that trip?
The boys better have the chin straps done up for that one. That's going to be a fun weekend. And again, just for the goals of the program and everything, that's huge. You're getting to step in tail end of your Division 2 season and see what you need to be at to be a top team.
Sure.
So, again, there's going to be nothing but positives pulled from that. They're a hell of a team, and we're going to go in there and we're going to give them our best shot. But at the end of the day, it's about growing for next year and showing all of these guys that are going to be here what it needs to be like if you want to be one of those top 10 teams.
I saw UNLV from the very start. When they resurged, if you will, they were a top D2 team. Never won the national championship, but then made the jump to D1 and competed on an independent schedule. Now they joined the WCHL. They didn't win this conference, but they're still number 4 in the country. So is that kind of a roadmap for you to follow as to how they did it?
Yeah, we've been kind of following, them and, Arizona State for our NCAA aspirations.
Sure.
We're kind of trying to follow in their footpath. They blazed the trail for us, and Greener and UNLV's been nothing but, supportive of our move and helping out any way he can. So, he's a great guy, and it's nice to pick his brain. Can't wait to get down there and pick his brain a little more on, how we can make it, top end program like they now have. So, yeah, it's fun to watch those guys and see that they made that jump from a D2 team, like you said, that didn't even make nationals, going on to being a team that is a powerhouse at that D1 level, because that's, ultimately what we're trying to do here.
Let's take one quick break. Let's come back and let's talk about what you guys did this year to build your program. You played some different places and had some excitement brewing for the program. So we'll take one break. We'll be right back.
Really, JR, you think you can still do this?
I'm focused.
You're way too old to hit that target from there.
I've been listening to everything you said. It's been running through my head, locked and loaded.
All right, still got it. Still got it.
Who's old now?
All right, hockey fans, we're still here. We're at this beautiful complex. This is a great place, isn't it? The Ice Center in Westminster, Colorado. Head coach from Oregon, Riley Orr, is still with me. Coach, you're building this not only on the ice but off the ice, because what you guys did this year to get support, I guess is maybe the right word for your program. Tell us a little bit about where you played in Oregon.
Yeah, we've went down to Southern Oregon and Medford there. They have had a junior program down there. They have a crazy fan base, so we wanted to tap into that a little bit and show them our product. So we went down to Medford. It's been 2 years in a row, and it's a sellout every time. I mean, they're lining up at the doors at 5 o'clock for a 7 o'clock start. So it's awesome. The guys get a kick out of it. We do that at the start of the year. It's a good, obviously, money generator as well, but nice to tap in. And overall, I guess our goal is to get that entire statewide support. I mean, our ultimate goal, like I've said, is Division I NCAA hockey. So for the ultimate goal, having an entire state behind you, knowing you have a team and excited about a team, that's huge in our opinion. So we did that game, and then our first outdoor game ever was in Bend, Oregon.
I love that one. I wish I could have been there.
That was a fun one. The guys loved that one, so they had the eye black on and got to do that whole thing. And we sold that one out as well, and to the point where they want to make it bigger next year. They want to bring in grandstands and really push it, because there's a lot of people who couldn't get tickets. So that's exciting, and we have a huge following over there now, and people coming over to Eugene to watch games from the south, from the east. So we're getting that, and then hopefully next year the plan is to play up in Portland at the Coliseum. So the Winterhawks have partnered with us a little bit, and they're wanting to push our product as well, because ultimately that's just going to drive hockey in the state of Florida.
Really, JR, you think you can still do this?
I'm focused.
You're way too old to hit that target from there.
I've been listening to everything you said. It's been running through my head, locked and loaded.
All right, still got it. Still got it.
Who's old now?
Welcome back in, hockey fans. Still in Westminster, Colorado. Still have Riley Orr with me, the head coach of the Oregon Ducks. Coach, you were talking a little bit about where you've been, and we know where you want to go. I want to ask you this, because a lot of people told me at the start of the pandemic, they said, this could be the death nail for college hockey. It might not generate enough money to continue. Teams are going to fold. It's just the opposite, right? And you're one of the benchmarks when I look at this, because for the past, decade or so, when I ask coaches about wanting to move up, especially the NCAA, it was kind of like taboo. It's like, maybe we do, but we're not going to talk about it publicly. Not your case. No, You're talking about it publicly. You know what you want to do. You have a goal in mind. How realistic can that be for you guys?
Well, I'll tell you, 5 years ago when we took it over, it was not very realistic, but we've stuck with it and persevered through it, and it's finally to a point where, like I said, we've got statewide support. We have, guys wanting, I guess your money guys, if you will, wanting to help move the program up as well. And we finally got that university support. So that's the biggest thing. I mean, they're wanting to move a program up here in the near future. We're kind of in the driver's seat, so that's again, a little bit of the chess game of why you're trying to show, like, look at this. We go to Southern Oregon, we sell it out. We go to Eastern Oregon, we sell it out. We go up to Portland, we're going to have a big crowd up there in the Coliseum. So everything's kind of building. I mean, who knows exactly when it'll be, but, 5 years ago we did not have the school. Nobody knew who we were. Now students are talking about it. The university, athletic department, they're talking about it. So everything's kind of moving in the right direction, and hopefully sooner than later we're making that jump and making that announcement.
Well, it certainly doesn't hurt that Arizona State's got their program off and running and have a brand new building now, and have the opportunity to have some success at the NCAA level. My dream is the next 5 or 10 years to have a West Coast NCAA conference to follow. And I think we got 2 Alaskas, we got Arizona State, we got UNLV on the border, we got you guys coming. Augustana's putting a program together. Lindenwood's hoping to get there. I mean, there's some teams that could make it a real nice West Coast NCAA conference.
And I'm sure the Alaska schools would be thrilled to hear that. So it might help with their travel a little bit, but they've been awesome. They've been, very supportive of what we're doing right now too, and probably see some NCAA Division I games in the near future with those guys. But Simon Fraser University, actually up in Canada, that's another team that's pushing. So I mean, there's numerous teams on the West Coast pushing, and I think one domino falls, more are just going to continue. So I mean, we're over here rooting for these teams. I mean, if they elevate their program, that's just only better for us. And then obviously, like you said, Arizona State having their program, the success they've had right from the start, and now this new building. Yeah. I mean, I think this is a great way for it to show all of the Pac-12 athletic directors that hockey can be a money generator for them, which ultimately that's what it's all about.
Well, down in Arizona, too, they're getting their new building, and their goal is 2 years of revenue funding to show their school what they can do and what they can manufacture out of that. Certainly, I'm sure that's the same thing for you guys. You want to continue to build and show money support and show, Greg Powers, him. Yeah. He puts out a pretty good roadmap. He said you need the university, you need the building and the money, and more than that, you need to win. And I'm sure that's what you're here to do right now, is to win at this level, move up and win at the next level, and then make that jump. Absolutely,
yeah. I mean, hopefully we come out of this thing 3-0, move off to nationals, and kind of have a going away party at the D2 level, and then, like I said earlier, we've had a tremendous recruiting season. So I know a lot of teams out there probably thinking that, it's a first-year team. They're going to have to go through their licks. But I think we're going to be a team that's going to come out and compete year one. So I could be crazy and look like a fool, but I'm very excited for that.
You have to be optimistic. If you want to get it done, you got to be optimistic and give that positive approach. Before we end it, tell me about this team and what it's been like to generate momentum to try to win this tournament, knowing what lies ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we have a really young team this year. We've got four or five seniors and a lot of first-year players. So we went through, like I said, our ups and downs. But I think coming down the stretch here, our last 3 games, we've started to really play that playoff-style hockey. So I'm excited. I have nothing but faith that the guys can get this done, and it's just a consistency thing. It's doing it 3 games in 3 days, replicating a work ethic 3 nights in a row. So I'm excited to get it going. I know all the guys are really excited to get it going, and it's an exciting time for Oregon.
Well, we're going to be in St. Louis for the entire ACHA D1 tournament, so we'll be bouncing around. Hopefully watch you hoist the trophy, have a nice little going-away party to the M2 program.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for having me, and hopefully we'll see you there.
Coach Orr, we appreciate your time as always. Good luck this weekend, and good luck the rest of the way.